Hey, this is Frank coming to you from Planet 10 Studios in Chicago. And I'm with my buddy Chris from Ion Vein. What up, Chris?
What's up, Frank?
Hey, so we know of the digital release that came out in September.
Right.
Are you affiliated with a label right now?
Yeah, we partnered up with Mortal Music out of Chicago. They're good friends of ours, and we kind of share the same vision moving forward for what we want to do. And we want to do these small digital releases, which is something a little different. It's like a chapter of the album. And we came out with IV V1.0 in September. It's a 3-song digital release, and it's been received very well. And then the next chapter will be coming up probably in the next few months. And then at that point, we'll gauge whether or not another chapter will be coming out, or if we'll do the entire spectrum of the songs, the full album.
Now, you guys have been working with producer Neil Kernan in the past. Now, was this something that he had a hand in, or was this self-produced?
No, Neil was involved with this from the beginning. You know, we've got a pretty long history with Neil. Love working with him. He's a very talented guy. So he did produce the songs for IV V1.0 and actually the rest of the tracks too. So there's still some vocal tracks left to do and a few other things, and then we'll go and we'll pick the next songs for the next release, and so on and so forth.
Now, was this a band effort when it came time to coming up with the tracks, or did you guys go into your own individual little woodsheds and come up with ideas, or was it a collective effort?
Most of it was a collective effort. A lot of it was really Chuck and myself in a room before practice, let's say.
Drummer.
Yeah.
Chuck White.
Chuck White. I'd come in with a riff or just jam on something, and Chuck would come in, and we'd start building from there. And I think the collaborative thing works a lot better. You know what? Every situation is different. A lot of our stuff was more collaborative. We'd come in and we'd build it together. Sometimes I'd woodshed on some ideas or whatever, but most of the songs were composed in a group setting. Maybe driven by a riff that I came in with, but ultimately the final arrangement was something that we all decided on and collaborated on together.
Your past efforts have been heavy.
Yeah.
Have been proggy, prog metal, prog metal fusion. Will we be able to expect more of the same?
Actually, this effort was a lot more focused. Proggy elements are still there, but they're very subtle. We just wanted to get in your face and really kick you in the ass and give you a nice hook, a very focused song. And it's a lot of the heavier side from before. It's more focused on the heavier side. We experimented with some different tunings, some drop D, drop C, some B stuff. And it just opened the door to a lot of new, interesting ideas. And I think we've got a really good cross-section of tunes to choose from. There's 12. And I think it's going to really cover a lot of bases, but it's going to be just in your face, fist-pumping metal.
Okay, Ion Vein fans, I think you're going to enjoy this. You're privy to where the source of this heaviness comes from. I got Chris's crazy setup here. Chris, you want to take us through a tour of your rig?
Sure. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. The heart and soul is my Boogie Mark IV, and this is just one of the best amps on the planet, although I haven't tried the Mark V yet, but this is the heart and soul. I go straight into that through my GCX. Well, actually, this is the Square One interface. I have a Ground Control Pro that does some switching, switching some things in and out. I have my Furman regulator here, which I always have to make sure I have 120 just to get this baby pumping. My Sabine rack tuner, which is cool. It's always good to be in tune. You young kids out there, make sure you stay in tune.
Especially with those alternative tunings right? That he's talking about.
My DBX 1066 is strictly for noise gate. It's got a real soft noise gate, and that's why I chose that. I don't use it for anything else.
Yeah, that's great and all, but what about this?
The rectifier cab and the Mark IV, that's the meat and the potatoes right there. This combination And Tim from Boogie, if you're watching this,
Oh, yeah.
there you go, baby.
Okay, Chris, let's hear the website.
www.ionvein.com and www.p10studios.com.
Hey, that was my line.
Oh, sorry.
It's got what?
The 3-song release is still free,
Okay.
probably for the next few weeks. If you go to ionvein.com, there's a link to take you to the release. You can get it free, crank it up, share it with your friends, and we'll see you soon on the road.